It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Javonte Williams. He looked real good a week ago with almost 160 yards. It's the Broncos and the Pats on Sunday Night Primetime.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a...
A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. First play, Wilson wants to throw it. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Broncos in trouble to start play. 6 and 8 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him the first down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
Yeah, it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So out comes the Patriots offense as they'll get their first shot at things here. And leading them out in the 3rd year of a young career out of Alabama, it's Mac Jones.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker unable to hang on, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So you look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. They find some open field here. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Throwing Jones. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Now Jones. Touchdown, Patriots. Devontae Parker, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They go play action with Wilson. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. In motion goes Patrick. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Patriots defense. This crew against the pass issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated at. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd and 10. Jones, and he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Up the middle. Here's Stevenson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37 as they've got it as we resume action. Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Down to the 25. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man, that's Henry. And Henry's going to pick up a Patriots first down as a tackle made at the 15-yard line. operating from the gun. Jones. He finds Parker. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Jones. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have moved out in front. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Williams going to get it again on second down. And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On second down, Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
P. Ryan again on second down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But, partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
They run it with P. Ryan on first down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots 39.
Again, here's P. Ryan. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Pirine. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Jones throwing on 1st down. Open man is Bourne. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Now 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw again. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and
this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And the half will begin with a touchback. Now, the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Jones throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They give him a gain of 37. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Jones now operating from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him.
And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Pats take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Ryland for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fit defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Here's a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
They toss to Pirine. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
They'll hand it to Pirine, fighting him off. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's Pirine again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Wilson. That is caught. And he will have the Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hill is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England's offense set to go. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
To throw again on second down. Jones. His throw incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. From the gun, a run for Hill. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
A first down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that well.
And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Out route complete to Dulcich. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Hand off here for P. Ryan. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. P. Ryan again on 2nd down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. A give left side for P. Ryan. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He stiff arms him, sheds off the tackle. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now Wilson on first down. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And outbounds right around the 20.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the fourth as the kick is away. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Throwing, Jones. Short pass caught by Henry. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Shoves him aside, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Parker. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Back to throw again. Well, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. On their side of midfield at the 47. The drive starts with a handoff to Piron. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run again with Piron. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Keon White brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Jones. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And in the second half of the tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
This is 1st and 10. Straight ahead at Stevenson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down at Stevenson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now 1st and goal. Stevenson. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down by 7. A little over 40 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards. And time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Open man complete to Humphrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Wilson to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now Wilson. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. But all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but part of the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game. But the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.
So for the Pats, A win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Denver, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.